Our second selection sees 13th place Tottenham Hotspurs playing host to 7th place Bournemouth. Thanks to an early contribution from Erling Haaland, Spurs were beaten by 1-0 against Man City in their last match. It was a game in which Man City did have the better of the attacking play, but with an XG of 1.33, Spurs fans may be disappointed that their side could not find the equaliser. In terms of form, that loss did break a recent resurgence for Tottenham. They had won each of their last 3 Premier League games heading into the Man City match, as some key players have finally returned from injury. They host a Bournemouth side who lost in their last match against Brighton by 2-1, thanks to efforts from João Pedro and Danny Welbeck. Taking a look at the stats, whilst Bournemouth had more of the ball and almost double the shot attempts of their hosts, it was Brighton that were the more potent in attack, and they won out in the XG battle, 2.42 to 1.46. When we take a look at the form, this does mean that result did make it back-to-back losses for the Cherries in the Premier League, and there are now question marks about a European spot. When we take a look at the head-to-head record, the previous encounter saw Bournemouth pick up a narrow 1-0 win at the Vitality. Dean Howson scored the goals early game in the first half, and it was the Cherries who looked the more likely to add another. Taking a look at the stats, although Spurs did dominate the ball, it was Bournemouth who generated most of the attacking play. They outclassed Spurs with 21 shots to 12, 7 big chances to 1, and an XG difference of 3.71 to 0.87. Longer term, of the last 4 head-to-head encounters, Spurs have won 2 and Bournemouth have won 2 of the last 4, so it's been fairly even. My prediction for today's game is that both sides don't come into this match on the greatest of form. Both sides do generate a lot of chances and struggle to defend, so I am going to look at goals here today. Spurs have seen over 2.5 goals in just 1 of their last 4 Premier League games, but in 5 of their last 7 home matches. Whereas Bournemouth, they've seen over 2.5 goals in both 2 of the last 3 and 5 of the last 7 Premier League matches, and most importantly, in each of the last 9 away games in the Premier League. Taking a look at the head-to-head record, 3 of the last 5 encounters have seen over 2.5 goals, and each of the last 4 and 6 of the last 7 games at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium have seen over 2.5 goals between these sides. Therefore, I'm going to be backing over 2.5 goals for a full stake here in bet number 2.